Hello, my fellow Americans and international friends, and welcome back into the Cal Report. Today is September 27th, 2022. We've got a very special guest today. We're going to be interviewing a candidate for Newport-Mesa Unified School District Board. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, here she is. This is Kristen Seaburn, who is running for Newport-Mesa Unified School District Board. Kristen, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So go ahead and tell everybody who you are, why you're running, and what area specifically of Newport-Mesa Unified that you're running in.
Well, my name's Kristen Seaburn. I am running in Newport-Mesa Unified School District Area 7, which is the west side coast of Mesa.
Okay. And what was the big reason why you decided to step up and run for school board?
So I decided to run because I am a mother of two boys, just a mama bear who decided to step up because I'm scared for my kids at the school district. My son has special needs, and with the mandates coming down, he couldn't read facial expression with the masks.
Wow, yeah.
And with emotional disabilities, he was having a lot of problems, and I had to advocate for him. I heard a lot of no's from the district, and I decided it was time to research law and education code and what our rights are, and step up.
And Kristen, there's something that I wanted to bring up as far as education. In California, the last time I checked, we're ranked 49th in the United States in education, which is obviously unacceptable, and I'm sure you would agree with that. And the spending part only seems to increase as the years go by. As a matter of fact, Orange County Register put out an article a couple of months ago that talked about how much education spending has got up in California. And just in the last 20 years, they said it's gone up by 36% since 2002. And test scores haven't gotten that much better. I think they're only getting better by like 1% every year. So obviously 1% of anything is not that great. But do you think that education spending is the biggest issue? Or actually, what do you think is the biggest issue as far as what's going on in the classroom?
Well, at our district, it's about $23,000 per student. I don't think that most of that money ever sees the classroom.
Right.
I think it's spent a lot on administration. And right now we have 6 assistant superintendents who just got a raise.
Wow.
And meanwhile, I think we need to get back to basics.
Right.
We need to get back to math and English and language and writing and science and get back there with the spending and all of these programs that might be ideological or unproven shouldn't be in the classroom. I think we need to focus on the kids first and not the extra administrative costs.
Pay raises for administrators, right? Absolutely. No, I totally get you on that. Proficiency in reading, math, and just all the basics has just, it seems like it's just gone down so much.
Correct.
And yeah, it's a huge problem. If elected to school board, what do you plan on doing as soon as you get in there to fix these kinds of things?
Definitely, once I elected to school board, I would be creating committees.
Okay.
Taxpayers, community members, parents. I would be engaging the community and start researching and looking into all of our curriculum. Do an audit on our budget. And start really with a fine-tooth comb using the community members as people that could help us make our district better.
Money spent in the right way, right?
That's right. That's right.
And Kristen, 1 year ago, Gavin Newsom signed into law AB 101, which essentially opened the door to teaching critical race theory, CRT, inside of the classrooms. It's an ethnic studies bill. I wanted to get your stance on AB 101, pretty much the idea of teaching CRT in the classrooms. What is your stance on that?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I'd like to get back to basics. Mm-hmm. I think that some of these ideologies could be considered extreme to some parents, and I would like to take into consideration all parents and how they feel. If it's something that a parent wants to teach at home, I think that's great. Their values should stay at home. I think the classroom should stick with the basics, go back to reading, math, and language. And
focus mostly on that.
Right.
And Kristen, there's just one more thing that I wanted to ask you today, and I can't believe I have to bring this up, but I feel like I have to bring this up because it's such a hot button issue, if you will. What is your stance on teaching gender identity and sexual orientation, things like that, to little kids in elementary school?
For the kids in elementary school, I would say it's too young. If it goes back to what I was saying earlier, if you want to teach that in your home, that's great. Your ideology should stay at home and your values should stay at home. We need to stick with the basics. And once again, you know, don't confuse the kids at that early age. They barely even know, you know, gender roles at all.
Right.
Keep them innocent.
Right.
And if you want to teach it at home, great. But,
right.
But to me, we need to focus on the basics.
Right. And wait till they get older to learn things like that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't need to learn about it until I was much older.
Right.
So.
And just the last thing for today, Kristen, how can we help your campaign get over the finish line?
Well, thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
My website is Seaburn4, the number 4, Newport-Mesa.com. You can find all my information there, and all my endorsements, all of my what I'm about. And please feel free to go to Seaburn for Newport-Mesa.com.
Sounds great. Really appreciate you coming on the podcast today, Kristen.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. That's it for today. Really appreciate you guys watching my video. As always, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, or please subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it, guys. And of course, this podcast is done in association with Conservative Patriots of Orange County. That's what's going on in California. God bless, take care, and I'll see you all next time.